Well, Trump is at it again. He's in a fight with some distinguished generals. Who's going to win? Who's going to lose? And what do we really think about generals getting involved in politics? Spoiler, I'm against it because I was in the Army. This is Take That with Kurt Schlichter. So, General Stanley McChrystal, a four-star general, highly decorated, tactically competent, kind of famous, also relieved of command by by Barack Obama for allowing his staff to mouth off about the administration. Bad idea. Well, he was interviewed recently, and Donald Trump, he was asked about Donald Trump, and he said, well, Donald Trump's dishonest, I wouldn't work for him. Okay, fine, you're allowed to have an opinion. And Donald Trump came back and slammed him in a tweet, said he was fired like a dog by Obama, which is technically true, and also said some other things. Admiral McRaven, who is a SEAL admiral and very distinguished and very tactically proficient, he came to Stanley McChrystal's defense. There's a lot of time, and of course this all follows on the General Mattis stuff, where General Mattis is leaving, and General Mattis is like, well, you know, I don't agree with what Donald Trump says. What is the proper role of generals? And military people in general in the United States. A very, very basic premise of American government, that the civilians control the military. Now, that doesn't mean that a retired general can't go give his opinion. He can. He's an American citizen, and dang it, he earned the right. But what's a general really like? I mean, really, what credit should we give to a general? Do we want generals running things? Now, we've had some very famous generals who were not bad presidents. You know, Andrew Jackson, Dwight Eisenhower, of course, was the last one. These guys bring a certain skill set. But, you know, we like to think that military people are naturally conservative, and they are, but they're not conservative in the way we are. We're ideologically conservative. They are conservative by temperament, right? You know, the old saying, you're always conservative about what you know best. Well, they're military guys. They're conservative about the military. They want to conserve the institution. They want to preserve it. And remember, the military, when it sends you off to the War College, which is the pre-training school for generals, I went to it, you know, there's not a lot of talk about war in it. What it really does is it teaches you to work with civilian authorities and not to scare them too much by being too military. It really, there's a lot of pressure within the military to conform to what the establishment says. So it's not unusual that you have very, very senior generals who get out, and of course they go into big business. They go into like consulting, or they work for Boeing or whatever, to be very much part of the establishment. So you see these generals, and they are not ideological conservatives. Not all of them. Some of them are. General Tada is. General Flynn was. Look what they did to him. But most of them are very, very wrapped up in the establishment. And that includes the Democrat establishment. I mean, a lot of them supported Hillary Clinton. Why, you say, why would a general officer support Hillary Clinton? Because she was an establishment candidate. Because she wasn't going to do anything different. She wasn't going to make any changes. Look, you got to understand the mentality of a general. Now, as a full colonel, I worked with a lot of generals. I respected almost all of them. Some of them were idiots. I'm not going to name names, but you know, there is a wide range of them. And a lot of them are very, very smart. I may not agree with them about their politics, but, you know, if you were in a firefight, you'd want McRaven or McChrystal with you any day. Do you want them making policy? I don't. I don't, because policy, the big picture, beyond strategic, what is America going to war, is America should be the realm of the American people. This is not where you rely on experts. You rely on experts. You go, General McRaven, how do I kill Osama bin Laden? You don't go, General McRaven, is it a good policy to kill Osama bin Laden? No, that's the civilian area. And their opinion is the same as everybody else's. They have technical expertise. Don't confuse it with policy expertise. Because as soon as somebody starts saying, I have policy expertise, what they want to do is take your ability to participate in your governance away and give it to themselves. Now, look at these generals. A lot of them will come out and say things like, well, I don't think the American people should have, you know, semi-automatic weapons. You know, I don't think they have any need for them. That's a very general thing to say. Because remember, a general works in a centralized hierarchy. Everybody's got a position, rank exists, you follow orders, and you are looking out for a general collective good because you have a general collective objective. We don't have that in society. There's no general collective objective in society. It's a bunch of individuals working for their own enlightened self-interest, remaining with the law, respecting people's rights. But they all are doing different things. Generals don't like that. That's chaos. That's why there's a very notable difference between reserve generals, who usually are very well placed in careers out in the civilian world, and active generals. The reserve generals are much more comfortable with decentralization because they're used to it from being out in society. When you are a general on active duty, and you've done that for 40 years, it's really all you know. So if there's a problem, well, one guy has been bad with guns, let's ban them all. They do that all the time. One idiot got drunk and got in a fight. Let's ban alcohol from the base. That's the general mentality. And it works very well in the military. I'll tell you, my life was so much easier when my guys were not allowed to drink alcohol. I'll tell you, my life was so much easier. But out in society, I don't need somebody telling me how to live. You don't need somebody telling you how to live. We don't need generals. We don't need leaders. We need custodians. We need people to go in and handle the institutions for us, following our general guidance. That is policy. You hear about that at the ballot box. Should Donald Trump be getting in a fight with these generals? Hey, they're citizens. They can say what they want, and he's going to punch back. If you talk bad about the president, he's going to get back in your face. I think the generals can handle it, and I think Trump can handle it too. But do we want generals setting our policy? We don't. We respect them for their service. We respect them for their tactical skills. But hey, general, that star, it don't play out here. I'm an American citizen. Here's the chain of command. Me, people in government who work for me. That's how it works. This is Take That with Kurt Schlichter. If you like what I'm saying, if you like hearing my hip jive, as the Hepcats say, check me out every Tuesday and Friday here in the Rebel, outside the paywall. If you want even more, if you want to go deeper, go inside the paywall. Subscribe to Rebel Media. If you like reading my stuff, great. Mondays and Thursdays at Town Hall. You can follow me on Twitter at Kurt Schlichter. And you should get my books. The nonfiction, Militant Normals, talks about how the elite has betrayed us and how we're fighting back. And my novel, Wildfire. It's exciting, fun, and makes fun of liberals. I'll see you again soon on Take That with Kurt Schlichter.